All right, people, day 2, hot limit Omaha, 100K.
This is called Ivey Math. He's gonna figure this out where I can't lose.
Nearing the bubble with chips. Just in time. What's he gonna do to me? You know what I mean?
You see, that's a champion right there.
Do it all now, top corner light. All in, lit the fire when you doubt it, now I'm all in. Put me with the best, bring the stars in. Undefeated mode, no falling.
Good morning, everybody, from Bahamas. Beautiful day here. We woke up at 10 a.m., which is perfect for the restart at 1. Yesterday, I want to tell you, was one of the more fun days I've had in a long time. Just really relaxing, enjoyable, getting to combine like two of my favorite passions, golf and high-stakes PLO poker. I mean, you can't do better than that. Now, one of the things I want to say, got a little coffee here. 2 is that I'm in a place in my life, I don't know if you call it a new chapter, a new phase or whatever, but you know, I'm 51 now, right? And mainly, you know, when I play these poker tournaments, I play them because I enjoy them, I play them because I win. But I truly have reached the point where I have nothing to prove. Like nothing. I don't care. I mean, you know, whatever. Like really, I just, you know, I want to win. It hasn't affected my competitive spirit at all. Like I still try really, really hard and I want to win. But it doesn't define me in any way at this point, as far as like anything of importance, you know. I'm the king of South Shore, along with Christian, because we won our member. That's who we are for the year, and that's pretty special. But as far as poker goes, I did it, man. You know, young kid from Toronto, going broke, coming to Vegas, and then look at this. You know what I mean? Living the life. I'll tell you, really am. Living like a very, very content, happy life, and it's fun to play these high stakes events. You know, we got these, like, I don't go travel for the Tritons, whatever, but because this is part of the World Series 1, I'm here. And they're fun, you know, they're pretty fast paced, pretty gambly, but we got day 2 today. I'll be ready with, you know, after the coffee, we'll make some food for down there. But yeah, just really like at a very peaceful, happy place. And again, nothing, one of it too is, like I said this in the first vlog, but like just feeling free. If I want to eat something, I will. I don't have any like very strict things. Like a regiment, you know, oh, I gotta wake up at this, do this. I'm gonna do what I want to do, you know. If that means have a couple glasses of wine, I'm gonna do that. If that means go golf and then late reg, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what I want to do. All right, off we go, ladies and gentlemen. The weather has been good in there. It hasn't been too cold, so we're going shorts. We're going runners for the walk, which match the new hat. Check that out. They gave us here, and then we're going with like a, I don't know. These are very comfy. Breeze or whatever the hell they're called. Very comfy. I wear these to play golf too sometimes, you know, whatever. Okay, so this is gonna be I also brought the jacket that is the same color as this from last year, just in case it gets a little chilly. And then, you know, these get hard, and that's a problem, right? What am I doing? Okay, let's go play poker. All right, people, day 2, walk-in video, pot limit Omaha, 100K. We don't know the table draw yet because this is the end of late reg, so they're gonna like keep that secret until we're done. I don't know why, but whatever. It's probably makes sense, I'm sure. That one makes sense. So a lot of people will max late reg and they'll actually get a decent number of chips. The big line is 12K. They're gonna have over 20 bigs. So I think this might get over 100 players. We'll see who jumps in on day 2. As for us, like I said, we don't know the table draw yet, but we're gonna continue to do what we do, which was mixing. Actually, we had a very high percentage of limp versus raises on day 1 because of stack sizes. There's a certain stack size where I much prefer the limps versus those. We will increase the number of raises later as fold equity becomes real, as well as fold equity and the value of the blind. So twofold. Winning the blinds becomes more important, and in addition, people will have to play more tightly when we get closer to the bubble. So, like when you're deep, you know, people don't fold all that much anyway. So take a flop, and that way we keep the stack to pot ratio much deeper. A little small ballish type style. But again, like I said, when we have a big stack near the bubble, we won't be limping. We will be pounding. All right, we're one level into the day. We're chip leader now, 1.6, 1.7 million. And we got some deuces. We busted Sean D, busted Benny Glauser, busted Patrick Antonius. Those were all whatever pops, but then I played 2 doozies we will share on the break. Absolute deuces. Well, I'll tell you the first. What was it? First one was Sean. Sean opened King 8, 9 deuce on the button for pot. I repotted 8 King Queen Jack. Well, I was Jack 6-5. I bet his last chips, and he was getting like 3 to 1 of it. He called with just the gutter. He didn't hit it. And then poor Benny Glauser. I opened with jacks. The other cards don't matter. He defends his big blind 4-way with Jack 3, 4, 5. Flop is Jack 6-3, so he has an open ender and jacks up. He turned the straight. We were all in on the flop. He turned the straight, river the full. Then against Patrick Antonius, I opened him the gun with Queen Jack 10, Queen Jack 10, 9 double suited. That's the dream. You wake up in the morning in PLO and you go, can I have that hand, please? All day. I pot it. Oh no, I make it 30K. He pots from the big blind. I call. Now the flop is 7-5-3 of spades. He goes 35K into like 210. I make it 75K. You got ideas? He calls. I have the queen eye flush. The turn is a 10 of spades. Now he goes all in for 50K. And I call. He had 3 aces with just the naked ace of spades. So I busted 3 of them, but I played 2 pots against Mr. Foxen. We will share on the break. All right, another wrinkle in a PLO tournament. My table, I'm chip leader right now, okay? But Marker's 3rd. Foxen's like 9, and he's 8. So we got like 4 of the top big stacks. That's not good. You don't want that in PLO. Sure, yeah, you could play some big pots, but you'd much rather be, especially as the bubble approaches, the boss guy on your own, you know what I mean? So I think our table breaks next, which is a good thing, you know? They're all going to be tough tables, but they're, how tough they are is also relative to how many chips everybody has, right? I don't care if a really good player has 15 bigs. What's he going to do to me? You know what I mean? But here you're playing like, so what do I got? I got over 100 big blinds, you know? So tougher decisions. Like I said, on the break, we're going to tell you about those 2 Foxen hands. We play some hands over the years. In my mind, Alex Foxen is one of, if not the, like, toughest. You know, he's a scrapper. He's just hard to play. But I'll tell you about these 2 in 25 minutes. All right, I got 1.5 million, which is more than this guy. He doesn't even. What do you have? What do you have? 900. He showed up today, walks in easy. I had to work yesterday. Anyways, let's talk about the 2 hands, okay? Let's talk about the 2 hands with Mr. Foxen, okay? Let's have a seat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hand 1. Bring up the oopsie meter because it's an oopsie. Even though it's a fine play and it's normal, isn't what I meant to do, okay? 6 and 12,000 blinds. I'm under the gun, 5-handed. There's no small blind with King 8 of diamonds, Jack Jack. Okay, I meant to limp with the hand. It's a raising hand. It's a limping hand. It's definitely a play. And I put out 2 25Ks, so I made it like pot 42K instead of the 12. So I like the pen as a limp there, but whatever. It's fine to raise. Most people probably do. But we're gonna call it an oopsie. So I make it 42, obviously. Foxen calls, the button calls. Now the flop is 10-9-6 rainbow. I check. Foxen goes 62. Now I have the 7 or the queen, and I have the overpair. I call the 62. Turns a 4, rainbow board. I check. He goes for 162. I thought about it, and I was like, okay, well, I have the Jack Jack, so I can also represent the Jack Queen. You know, if I hit a king, it doesn't make it straight, but I can, you know, turn into a bluff, because it's very, very difficult to have bluffs there, and I have a very good candidate to give myself essentially kind of a wrap where any of the cards where the Jack makes a straight, I can, you know, bomb river. So I call. River's a 6. Now I have Jacks and 6s. I check. He tanks. He uses a time bank, and then he goes 390, leaving himself like 50K. And it's a very difficult spot because here's the thing: I can beat 10-9 now if he has that. He probably knows that he has turned that into a bluff. I'm not so sure. He probably also thinks that it's very hard for me to have a hand that can call. But here's the problem. As far as a bluff catcher goes, I have the worst one, Jack Jack. Because if he was bluffing with a hand like King Queen Jack or something like that, you know, I block a lot of the combos that would basically, you understand what I'm saying. I block the bluffs with the Jack Jack. So I have a bad calling candidate. I was suspicious, but I ended up folding. Now, this next one, I'm not going to tell you what I had. I'm going to do a 50-50 because he's too good, and I can't give him, you know, any confirmation bias on a read one way or the other. So he pots it, Foxen, to 42K. Archer calls. I call from the small blind, okay? I'm not going to tell you my hand, but I'll tell you two of the cards. 6-6, okay? I'll tell you, I either have 6-6, King, or I have 6-6, 7-9, okay? I have one of those two hands. That's it. That's all I'm going to tell you. Flop is deuce 4-5 rainbow. Gets checked around 4 ways after Talal called the big. On the turn, it's a 3, okay? So I go for 125. Foxen calls. The river's a 10, so 6-7 makes a straight. So does any 6-5, 6-4, and of course an ace makes the wheel. I bet 400,000. Okay, he uses 5 time banks, I think, 5 or 6 time banks before finally folding the hand. Now, I'm gonna leave it to you guys in the comments. You tell me, you guess, did I have the King 6-6 or the 6-6-7-9? The 6-6-7-9 is the nuts. The King 6-6 is a bluff. I'm not gonna tell you. Maybe we'll tell you at the end of the series, so mark this one. But for now, you know, we give away a lot here. Can't give away everything. You know what I'm saying? Okay, off the break we go. Still, I think we're still chipping here. We're doing fine. We got 1.5, 1.6. What is it, 32 left? It's going to pay 17. Nearing the bubble with chips. That's what we want to do at a PLO tournament. All right, we've been sliding the wrong way. I was up to about 1.6, but that's not a lot of chips, actually, when you think about it, with the 25K big blind. And lost a few small pots, just didn't win any hands, made a straight here, got made a flush. This one was like a good example. I opened King, Jack, 10 deuce, double suited, 2 spades, 2 hearts, Jack, deuce of hearts. What's up, buddy? And, you know, I opened for 50K at 20 big blind. Andras defends the big blind. Flop is ace of hearts, Jack, 5, rainbow. He checks, I go 90K as pre-flop raiser. He plays pretty wide from the bait. He calls. Turns to 7 hearts. I got the Jack high flush draw. I got the gut shot. I got the Jack. I also got, you know, range advantage where I could rep ace, Jack, ace, ace, those types of hands. I go for 200, okay, with the flush draw too. Now the river's the 9 of hearts, so I make the Jack high flush. Only a King high or a Queen high flush beats me. He checks, so this is where you get value, right? I chose otherwise. I checked back this Jack high flush, which was crucial. Because had I bet this Jack high flush, I'm going to lose some chips. He had a Queen high flush. And now we're back to playing here. What do we got? 24 left? Something like that? 17 pay. I don't know. Let's come to this. We are now all in after losing lots of hands. My man's considering. Here we go. I'll show you my hand in a second.
How much is in there? Can you see it?
You know what I have. Come on, Ben. You're a player. Come on, Ben. You're a player. No. You can't see until I show you. I'm gonna follow the rules.
Can I flip my hand open?
I don't care, but I don't think you're supposed to or allowed to. He called.
Had to bet 170,000.
Okay.
All in and call.
All right. I think we're ahead.
First.
You can't hit the Queen of Spades.
my backdoor covered.
Yeah. That help you? No.
My 5's not out.
All right. Back in business.
117.
Thanks, bud. Just in time. You knew what I had. I raised pre-flop. What else am I going to have?
Oh, aces. Double suited.
Yeah, naturally.
7 off the money.
Okay, we are now 18 players. It's paying 17 players. We are playing 18 players. Ben Lamb's big chips. I am here. Have to fold now. Aces, kings.
What accent is this?
What?
What accent is this?
And we are 18 players with
we are 18 players.
Daniel. Daniel,
Yes.
you are the best vlogger.
You have to fold now. Must fold.
Daniel-san.
We must fold.
Daniel-san.
Fold. Play tight.
Why is your stack so small?
Because we play tight. Cash the money. Make the money.
Daniel-san, you can't
don't
do that.
I call my lawyer. Call my
Daniel.
lawyer. I call your lawyer. All right, but in all seriousness, we are on the bubble. You're doing fine. I have to just fold, right?
All the chips are where they're supposed to be. Is that
I mean,
is that
that's
the
what
saying?
Ivy used to
Is that
say.
the saying?
That was a really funny one. So what do I just have to fold, right? Aces?
You're gonna need to do some folding.
So lame, so
Yeah.
boring.
I mean, you don't have to. You can choose like, oh, I'm Daniel Negreanu, I'm rich, like I got all this
Gamble.
money, and just say.
What if we go like
fuck it.
halfway? We're like, all right, we'll see some, you know, like.
The problem with halfway is
Yeah.
then you might get too short,
And then
you're just like going to be in some trouble situations.
So just
Yeah,
fold
I
it.
think-
All right, I'll be back in an
I think
hour.
fold basically.
What am I? Yeah, I'm just gonna fold.
You don't have to.
I'm not gonna. So we're sitting here on the bubble. You know, we haven't played golf in a long time, me and this one, right? So, you know, I say to him, I said, what do you think you need now? You know, 4 aside. And I knew no matter what I said, if I said stroke a hole, he would have, oh, no. And then, what? A stroke a hole is reasonable?
I need at least a stroke a hole, yeah.
A stroke a hole.
I do. I don't play. You play every day. That's what it takes to get me.
So I have to beat you
by.
by 2 on a hole to win a hole.
Yeah, but I'm going to X like 3 out of 18 holes probably.
Well, I'm going to have some bad
that's-
holes.
So you're starting 3 up, right?
Okay. See, look at this. This is great. This is called Ivey Math. He's going to figure this out where I can't lose.
you're starting
It's a
3
great
up.
bet for me.
And then we're going to be playing on your home course.
Home course.
That
Got
I've
that.
never played
He's
before.
never played it. Oof.
Right.
2 strokes a hole. We're getting
No,
2 on the par 5s.
A shot a hole is reasonable. Maybe like
Shot a hole reasonable.
maybe a shot and a half on a par 5, something like that.
You can play with one arm. You can use the Charles Barkley swing. Oh my God! See, this is negotiating with this guy. I think. What am I? 8. You know, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try
We're
like.
8 handicap, right?
Yeah, but I'm gonna try making a deal. Okay. So, I'm saying though, like, par 3s, nah, come on. No stroke par 3s. See, you would take that. You would take a stroke on every single par 3s. See, that's the
Take a
negotiation.
half a shot on the par 3s. And a stroke on the rest.
How about a half a shot every hole? And 1 on the par 5s. You know, we'd end up negotiating for 8 hours right before the round. I remember you and Doyle did that back in the day at Shadow Creek. Showed up at 10 a.m. They were arguing over half a shot. Okay, it's now 3 p.m. We still haven't golfed yet because neither of them would budge. You know, E-Dog budged. It took him 5 minutes to agree.
We need to invite Edog off.
Yeah, for sure. All right, bubble. We are second shortest. Just had aces. Ace, 9, 5, Badugi. I opened for pot. Philip defended. Hitting Queen, Jack, 6. He checked, I checked. Turn was a king, brought clubs. He checked, I bet 125. He calls. River's an ace. He bets 125. I fold. Hard for him not to have a 10 there. But interesting to see what would have been if a brick comes on the river. Probably gonna stick it in there. So now we grinded. I think I got 16 bigs. And Martin Kabrhel, not like that, has 11. All right, we're still in the bubble. Not an ideal situation. I lost those aces hands. I've been folding ever since. I was the shortest stack with one to go. Joni, who's going to open a lot, opens. I'm in the big blind, and I have kind of like the perfect hand on the short stack to see with because I can just have him dead. And that hand was 6-6-4-4 double suited. So that's a very easy hand to play. You know, if you don't, if you flop something, you're going with it, and not it's easy fold. So I defend that one. I probably wouldn't have if there were like 2 or 3 short stacks lower than me, but since I'm the shortest, pressure on me to win a pot. And it's a perfect, like I said, kind of hand. Came ace, 8, 9, nothing. So we got 5 bigs on the button. And, you know, we got the other guys that have like 10 or 11. They're going to wait me out. So I'll take a look at these next 4 or 5 hands and see if we get something worth putting it in. But I'm not going to outweight everybody. That's for sure. So, you know, we live or die with whatever happens. It's sometimes you bowl, you know, and that's okay. And if that happens to us, my life's still great. All right, we beat Joni for a bet in poker, but this is a much more important bet we need to win. All in, 70K.
I have nothing.
Really nothing?
Nothing. So about 340.
Camera.
I have nothing.
That's evident. That's evident.
Backdoor draws.
Yeah.
I think you win.
I had nothing either. Pair of fours with a pair of aces, but. Thank you.
I needed a 4 to make a backdoor straight. So.
Really? Okay, so I didn't care what you did. Actually, I was hoping you called.
You can take your poker face off. It's binding. I'm not going to fold. Blind versus blind. Mr. Ivey has us, but you probably got outs. Huh? You have nothing? Oh. Queen 10. With a 9. So pair 9's leading. Okay. We're going to pause because we're all in. I'm cold.
So my man is in here on the bubble against me, and he needs a 10. Just a 10. That's it? That's all you got in this spot? Huh?
That's it.
And backdoors? I'm talking way too much for a guy short on the bubble, huh? Oh, man.
Just so you know, we have
All right.
we have 2 different tables with all its involved. We're going to start by table number 3.
Daniel has best 10 by a lot.
Daniel is our all-in player.
He needs 10. Only 10.
You have a board. The flop is 9.
Or backdoor clubs.
Clubs, keep a space, 5 of diamonds.
Or backdoor straight, right? Like the 6-4.
Or king king.
This is fun.
Ivy, what he has?
So pretty. He has gut shot 10.
10 of hearts, 9 spaces, 7 of hearts.
Now you're getting creative.
King king. That's another one. I forgot you have king king. 5-5. Any of those.
Could be dead. I guess I was at the last time.
Ooh, he made 3s now. That could actually win for him. That's a big card, no?
It's a pretty good card.
Now he makes 2 parry wins. Or maybe. Depends which 2. 2 more outs. Okay.
It's a start, you know.
All right. Double. 250. He's still smiling. You see, that's a champion right there.
I know.
Oh, I'm the worst winner ever. He's always said that. All right, so listen, we had 5 big blinds. We were the shortest stack. We're happy. We're in the money. We've locked up about 160K. And now it's go time. I mean, what are we, like 12th out of 16 or something like that? We're in there. We got, what do we got? What do we got? What do I got? I got 700 something. Blind's going to be 50. Fine, you know. This is the thing. These tournaments, they played their fast structures, right? So having 20 big blinds with a couple tables gives you more than enough chance to win the thing. And that's what we're going to try to do. Ben Lamb's got all the chips, I'm assuming. How much you got, Ben? 6.5. You're kidding. Is that even a thing? I didn't know there's that many in play.
2.5 or so.
There you go. Good boy. I'm still in there. Let's go. This is me. It is what it is. One of those where not all that disappointed. I actually picked up a bunch of ladders. We ended up cashing for 211. Laddered up a little bit. Never really had much chips. The last hand, Ivy raises. I'm like 7 bigs or something. And defend the big with ace 5 of diamonds, 4-6. Ace 4, 5, 6. Flop is jack 8-4 with a diamond. I have like no money left to get it in. So I'm like, all right, well, I got a 4. I got backdoor diamonds. I got a gut shot. I don't know. I could be doing okay. He kind of had a bad hand for me, although he had ace 4 also with 9-10. So we're tied. Yay! Except that 7 that makes me the straight makes him the higher straight, which is exactly what happened. Right? He made the higher straight. I made the other straight. And that's it. But that's okay. You know, we're on the board. I think that's my first Triton cash. Hey, and like my 4th event. And now I believe there is a draw party for tomorrow's $250,000 invitational. I'm playing with Jasper. You guys might know him from watching the Hustler live streams. Well, I'm not playing with him, but he's invited me, thankfully. So we are in the 250K tomorrow. And looks like they're setting up for some sort of shindig over here on the stage. 8 o'clock. Maybe there's food. I'm hungry. Let's see if there's something to eat. Yeah. All right. I don't know. This could be the end. This could be the button. Could be the end. If not, well, you'll know in a second. All right, peeps, we are going to leave. The draw party, I looked, I got some food there. But, you know, hey, it is what it is. There's nothing I would eat because I don't eat that stuff. And it's okay. They got to eat what they got to like. But that means I'm not going to stay for the draw party because I am hungry. It is 8 o'clock. Haven't really had dinner or much food. So I'm going to go back to the room, call it a nice early night. I'll have maybe Jasper draw for me, but party's not happening for us. Not in the mood for any vino. Mood to get some rest. But man, you know, hey, no complaints, really. I was like grinding for such a long time, and yeah, you know, that's it, for real.